Welcome to Dark Tale Delights. Thanks for listening to the stories I post, and if you like the stories, please subscribe and like the channel to help us grow. Desolation Bay's Mystery. Nestled between craggy cliffs and the relentless embrace of the churning sea, Desolation Bay exuded an air of tranquil isolation. The salt-laden breeze whispered tales of a bygone era, where the town's history intertwined with a mystery that lingered like an unshakable fog. In this coastal haven, where time seemed to move at its own pace, there was a tale that sent shivers through even the bravest souls, the legend of the ghost ship of Desolation Bay. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over weathered docks, the townspeople exchanged wary glances, knowing that soon the spectral vessel would appear, haunting the waters with its silent, ghostly presence. It was in this atmosphere of both beauty and trepidation that Emily, a resolute investigator with an insatiable curiosity, arrived to unveil the secrets concealed within the whispers of the bay. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows through the dense foliage of the whispering woods, Alex felt an inexplicable pull toward the heart of the mysterious forest. The air hung heavy with an otherworldly silence, broken only by the unsettling whispers that seemed to emanate from the ancient trees. Each step deeper into the woods intensified the haunting chorus of voices, soft yet persistent, weaving a tapestry of secrets that beckoned Alex to uncover their origin. The whispers spoke of forgotten tales, of loves lost and tragedies buried beneath the layers of time. They resonated with a spectral urgency, drawing Alex further into the labyrinth of twisted branches and tangled undergrowth. As the moon cast an ethereal glow upon the scene, the whispers took on a haunting melody, a siren song that resonated through the very core of Alex's being. Shadows danced with spectral figures, creating a surreal tableau that blurred the line between the living and the unseen. The mysterious whispers seemed to echo the unspoken fears of those who had ventured here before, their spectral voices cautioning against the curiosity that drove Alex deeper into the heart of the woods. Yet, despite the growing unease, a relentless determination pushed Alex forward, compelled to unravel the enigma concealed within the ancient grove. The whispering woods had become a symphony of secrets, a haunting prelude to the untold stories that awaited discovery. Each rustle of leaves and every elusive whisper hinted at a history woven into the very fabric of the forest, a history that Alex was determined to unearth, even if it meant confronting the chilling unknown that lurked in the shadows. In the hushed corners of Desolation Bay, where the waves whispered tales of bygone sorrows, the legend of the ghost ship cast a spectral shadow over the maritime history of this secluded coastal town. The cursed voyages, veiled in mystery, unfolded like chapters from a ghostly chronicle, each page steeped in maritime tragedy and spectral despair. As the ancient logs and yellowed pages of maritime archives were meticulously examined, a grim pattern emerged. Sailors spoke in hushed tones about the spectral vessel that appeared like a phantom in the moonlit waters, luring brave souls into a nautical dance of doom. Crews that dared to approach the ghostly ship were ensnared in a spectral embrace, their fates entwined with the maritime folklore of Desolation Bay. Accounts of vanished ships and their ill-fated crews painted a macabre tableau of maritime misfortune. The ghost ship, shrouded in an otherworldly mist, sailed through the centuries with a haunting persistence. Sailors spoke of phantom apparitions on the spectral vessel, cursed to repeat their tragic fate, their anguished cries lost in the howling winds of Desolation Bay. With each cursed voyage, Desolation Bay's maritime history became a tapestry of spectral threads, weaving tales of souls condemned to sail eternally in the unforgiving embrace of the ghost ship. The once thriving seafaring community now bore the weight of a haunted legacy, where every ship that dared the bay's waters risked becoming entangled in the spectral web of the cursed voyages. The ghost ship of Desolation Bay emerged as a maritime specter, a vessel suspended between the realms of the living and the ethereal. Its cursed voyages served as a haunting reminder that, in the shadowy depths of the bay, the sins of the past sailed eternally, and those who sought the truth risked becoming part of the ghostly narrative that echoed through the ages. In the heart of Desolation Bay, where the shadows of the past clung to weathered buildings and the salted air carried echoes of maritime tales, Emily arrived with a relentless determination to unravel the enigma that gripped the coastal town. Armed with a weathered notebook and an unwavering resolve, she embarked on a quest for answers that would lead her into the murky depths of the bay's haunting history. Emily, an investigator with a penchant for the unexplained, sought out the whispers that lingered among the townsfolk like specters in the fog. Conversations in dimly lit taverns and quiet corners of the docks revealed fragments of a tale that had woven itself into the very fabric of Desolation Bay, the tale of the ghost ship. It was a tale that bore the weight of maritime tragedy, and Emily sensed that it held the key to the town's haunted soul. As she delved into dusty archives and pored over faded maps, Emily uncovered snippets of lore that hinted at a connection between the ghostly vessel and a tragic event from the past. The more she learned, the more the town's maritime history seemed entangled with the spectral threads of the cursed voyages. Her quest led her to the elderly residents, the keepers of Desolation Bay's untold stories. Through their weathered voices, Emily pieced together a narrative of despair, of sailors lost to the ghost ship's siren call. The closer she came to the truth, the more she felt the weight of the town's collective unease pressing upon her. Undeterred by the chilling tales and ominous warnings, Emily pressed on, driven by a conviction that the answers she sought lay beneath the surface of Desolation Bay's haunted waters. With each revelation, she edged closer to the heart of the mystery, where the ghost ship's spectral presence awaited, and the unforgiving waves whispered secrets that begged to be unveiled. As Emily approached the ghost ship, its spectral silhouette loomed against the moonlit horizon, a vessel suspended between the realms of the living and the ethereal. The air crackled with a palpable tension as she stepped onto its time-worn deck, haunted by the phantom echoes of bygone voyages. Spectral sailors materialized like wraiths, their translucent figures enacting a macabre reenactment of the events that had condemned them to this nautical purgatory. Their faces bore the etchings of eternal anguish, mirroring the tragedy that had unfolded on this accursed vessel. As Emily moved deeper into the ghostly spectacle, the chilling reality of their spectral existence sent shivers down her spine. The haunting specters, trapped in a perpetual dance of despair, moved with a spectral grace that defied the physical realm. The moon cast an eerie glow upon their translucent forms, highlighting the ethereal chains that bound them to the tragic events of the past. Each phantom gaze spoke volumes, carrying the weight of a history etched in sorrow and lost at sea. Amidst the haunting apparitions, Emily discerned the faces of the sailors who had once sailed Desolation Bay's waters. Their eyes, hollow and tormented, pleaded for release from the spectral chains that bound them to the ghost ship. The air resonated with their ghostly murmurs, a lamentation that echoed through the corridors of the vessel like a mournful sea shanty. With each step, Emily witnessed the emotional toll of their perpetual reenactment. The ghost ship became a maritime theater of tragedy, where the curtains never fell, and the actors were condemned to perform their roles until the end of time. The chilling realization gripped her heart. These haunting specters were not mere apparitions but tormented souls yearning for release. As the ghostly drama unfolded around her, Emily grappled with the weight of the supernatural forces at play. The haunting specters beckoned for understanding, their spectral hands reaching out across the veil that separated the living from the dead. In this surreal encounter with Desolation Bay's maritime phantoms, Emily felt the profound urgency to unlock the secrets that bound them to this spectral vessel and break the shackles of their eternal maritime tragedy. In the heart of the ghost ship, where the ethereal mist clung to the air like a mournful hymn, Emily stood at the epicenter of Desolation Bay's haunting history. The haunting specters circled around her, their eyes imploring for salvation from the chains that bound them to the perpetual maritime tragedy. Armed with the knowledge gleaned from ancient lore and whispered secrets, Emily began the perilous journey to break the curse that ensnared the ghostly sailors. The air crackled with a supernatural energy as she navigated the spectral corridors, each step resonating with the weight of a centuries-old curse. The ritual, a delicate dance between the living and the spectral, unfolded with an otherworldly precision. Emily moved through the ghost ship, weaving incantations that echoed with the power to sever the ethereal chains that held the haunting specters captive. The atmosphere quivered with a potent mixture of anticipation and trepidation. As Emily reached the heart of the vessel, a chamber steeped in maritime lore and the residual energy of tragic events, she confronted the supernatural forces that bound the ghost ship to its cursed fate. The haunting specters gathered around her, their translucent forms flickering like candle flames in the face of an otherworldly wind. The air became charged with a spectral resonance, a symphony of unseen forces converging upon the pivotal moment. Emily's incantations reverberated through the ghost ship, echoing across the bay like a celestial lament. The haunting specters, caught in the currents of the ritual, swayed with an ethereal grace that mirrored the breaking of unseen shackles. In the climactic culmination of her quest, Emily felt the surge of supernatural energies as the curse began to unravel. The ghost ship trembled, caught between realms, as the haunting specters' tormented expressions eased into an ethereal serenity. The air, once heavy with the weight of maritime tragedy, now shimmered with the promise of release. As the last echoes of the ritual subsided, Desolation Bay fell into a hushed stillness. The ghost ship, freed from its spectral moorings, vanished into the mists of the bay, leaving only the undulating waves in its wake. Emily stood amidst the lingering energy, her heart heavy with the magnitude of what had transpired, the curse broken, the haunting specters released, and the bay's maritime legacy forever transformed. With the ghost ship vanishing into the shrouded mists of Desolation Bay, Emily stood on the now silent vessel, the weight of a centuries-old curse lifted from its time-worn timbers. The haunting specters, once bound by maritime tragedy, dissolved into the lingering echoes of the bay, their faces etched with a newfound serenity. As the first rays of dawn painted the horizon, Emily emerged from the ghost ship, the air still resonating with the energy of the supernatural ritual. Desolation Bay, once haunted by the specter of its own past, now lay in an eerie calm. The townsfolk, unaware of the ethereal struggle that had unfolded in their midst, would wake to a bay transformed by the breaking of the curse. As Emily stepped onto the desolate docks, she gazed out at the now peaceful waters. The haunting whispers that had once woven through the coastal air had fallen silent. The town, released from the grip of the ghost ship's curse, seemed to breathe a collective sigh of relief. However, as Emily pondered the aftermath of her journey, a subtle unease lingered. The bay's history, though altered, still held untold mysteries. The whispers of another adventure beckoned, like an elusive current beneath the calm surface. Emily's eyes sparkled with the reflection of the vanishing moon as she clutched her weathered notebook, filled with sketches and notes from the supernatural odyssey. As she walked away from the docks, the breeze carried the murmurings of the bay, as if it held secrets yet to be unveiled. Emily, now marked by the profound encounter with Desolation Bay's spectral legacy, sensed that the quietude was but a prelude to new tales waiting to be written. The open-ended chapter of her quest hinted at an uncharted journey, where the sea and the supernatural danced in a perpetual waltz, inviting her to explore the uncharted depths of mysteries yet undiscovered. The horizon, painted in hues of the sunrise, awaited the silhouette of another adventure on the horizon, promising a continuation of the enigmatic tales that swirled within the haunted waters of Desolation Bay.